Hey all, welcome to my YouTube class. I am Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor, and in this class, I'm going to guide you about how we can establish our infrastructure with the help of Azure Virtual Desktop. Meanwhile, we'll also discuss about the importance of VDI because the Azure Virtual Desktop is a part of VDI. So let's get this started, and I'm just going to guide you in theoretical part, and also will show you the steps how we can set up our AVD host pool with the help of Microsoft Azure portal, right? So let's talk about the gap between Azure Virtual Desktop and VDI. So VDI, you can say that virtual desktop infrastructure or interface, you can say that VDI, right? Virtual desktop infrastructure. This is updated version of virtualization, because you know that in case of virtualization, what we need to do, we need to divide our virtualization in two different parts. One is hypervisor type 1 and another is hypervisor type 2. Hypervisor type 1 is basically related to the bare metal virtualization, means directly you can install application on hardware, and then application will provide you dedicated platform, and with the help of platform we are able to set up number of virtual machines. Not only the VMs, you can establish your storage, you can configure your virtual network, right? Lots of options are available, like you can set up cluster, HA, DRS, fault tolerance. Lots of services are available in virtualization. But in case of virtualization, whatever VMs that you are going to create, only one user is applicable to get the access of your virtual machine, right? But in VDI, number of users, multiple users can get the access of same virtual machines, RDP. As it is, these all the things that you need to perform over on premises with the help of dedicated hardware. Number of applications can help you to establish your VDI infrastructure, and few cloud platforms are also available that give us option to establish our VDI kind of things. So let's talk about the tools. You can say that VDI software means how many softwares are applicable to establish or help us to establish our virtual desktop infrastructure. Number one, VMware Horizon, right? This is a tool, or you can say that application that you need to install on ESXi, connect with the vCenter server, and with the help of these all applications you can establish your VDI environment. Number two, all Windows Server operating system, right? Windows Server operating system, maybe 2012, 16, 19, 2022, and 2025. Each and every server machine or operating system can give us an option to install the role for VDI, and with the help of this particular role, you can establish your own infrastructure and you can get the access of your virtual machines from multiple users at the same time. All right. And the third number, we are going to talk about. You guys are aware about, yes, I'm talking about Citrix, right? So under the Citrix, we'll find the option of Zen server and Zen application, right? These two applications are these two software can help us to establish our virtual desktop infrastructure, right? These all the things require a hardware, dedicated hardware. You can say that you need to establish these things with the help of on-premises resources. But VDI, you can also establish without any hardware. You don't have enough configuration based machine, because to establish your VDI, minimum 32 GB RAM based machines required, and unfortunately you don't have. So please try to create your own free trial account over Azure portal and set up your Azure Virtual Desktop. Talk about the cloud platform that give us option to establish VDI solution. So over a cloud, we can set up VDI infrastructure with the help of Azure Virtual Desktop. I'm talking about AVD. And number third, AWS can also give us option workspace, right? And not like as a VDI, but Dynamic 365 is also work like as a VDI solution, right? So number of users can get the access of single virtual machine that you are going to establish with the help of Horizon, Citrix Zen server, Windows Server operating system, or host pool of Azure Virtual Desktop. I hope you guys are okay and understand the importance of VDI or AVD. So our agenda to understand everything related to the Azure Virtual Desktop. So let's move to the another step and try to understand about the base of Azure Virtual Desktop. So I'm going to erase it that I can show you the steps how it can work. And AVD setup, right? So it's mandatory for everyone. You should know about the prerequisites and the number of services that we need to purchase to establish our Azure Virtual Desktop environment, and we'll also discuss about the components that require to establish. So very first step, you should set up in both the case. Yes, the mandatory part is very first step, create your very first step, you need to create your own VNet. Yes, this is important. The very first step, you must need to establish your own virtual network over a portal. Number second, VNet must be contain minimum 2 subnets. Okay, whatever VNets that you are going to create for virtual desktop, you should add minimum 2 subnets. And number third, this is really important because you can consider it as a backbone, because without this particular service we are not able to establish our Azure Virtual Desktop. So it's mandatory part. I'm talking about the domain controller. We cannot set up our Azure Virtual Desktop without domain controller. So you can use on-prem ADDS, right? Whatever server that you establish on-premises 2016, 2019, you can use on-premises AD. Second, create Azure VM and install ADDS, right? Install ADDS. This is the second method, second option that you can use. And number third, you can use first, second, third. You can use Microsoft Intra ID. It's totally depend upon you. One, and second, and the last one, third. You must need to set up your domain controller by using any of them, right? You can go with the normal on-premises ADDS. That time you need to involve express route or VPN setup required. And second, Microsoft Intra ID. No any virtual machines required. You can directly choose your Microsoft Intra Admin Center, and with the help of Microsoft Intra, you can set up your Azure Virtual Desktop, or you can create a normal virtual machine based on Windows Server 2019, 2016, whatever version, right? And on the same computer, you need to install Active Directory domain services and then proceed. This is the actual task. If we talk about the structure, how it's look like, right? How it's look like in case of the structure look like. So let me tell you about the use cases, how it works. Let's try to understand about the structure of Azure Virtual Desktop, because we already discussed about the prerequisite if you want to establish your own AVD host pool over a Microsoft Azure portal. So you should create at least one virtual network, and network must need to contain 2 different subnet and one gateway. If you are going to use on-premises ADDS users, then make a communication with the help of VPN. How it's look like in case of structure. So let me show you the look or graphical diagram of our Azure Virtual Desktop. Let's take an example. This is our VNet, right? Azure Virtual Network that you establish, and VNet should connect it with minimum subnet 1 and subnet 2, right? Why we need to add more than one subnet? Because the second subnet we are going to use for the gateway, virtual gateway, and gateway can help us to establish VPN or express route. These two services can help us to establish our hybrid environment, because our on-premises domain controller establishes, we are going to use on-premises domain controller, so that's why VPN come into the picture. And then subnet 1 will use for the host pool, right? The number of virtual machines that we are going to create, the all virtual machines will connect with the subnet 1. Second step, connect with the Microsoft Intra ID, right? Your VNet must be connected with Microsoft Intra ID. The domain controller that you establish should be connected with Microsoft Intra ID. And number third, after that, create AVD host pool, right? You need to establish AVD host pool. And in the host pool, you can create number of virtual machines. And you can assign number of users, user 1, user 2, user 3. All the users can get the access of your virtual machine at the same time. So this is the diagram. This is the structure that you can use. Let me show you the service over a portal directly. So for this particular task, no any specific hardware required, because we already discussed we are going to talk about the AVD infrastructure with the help of Microsoft Azure portal. So I'm going to open my MSDN subscription that I can show you how it's look like, how we can find it, and how we can establish the environment. This is our Microsoft Azure portal, and over a portal, what you need to do, you need to start with, as discussed, create two virtual network. Create one virtual network with two subnets, right? So under the subnet, you will add your VMs and gateway can help us to get the access of our on-premises domain controller user with the help of VPN. Scroll down, and it will give us option of networking, right? Under the networking, we are able to see the option of virtual networks. You should create at least one virtual network with two different subnets, and we'll use same subnet and same network to establish our Azure Virtual Desktop. I have already created multiple virtual network. You are able to find WordPress virtual network, class VNet, app VNet, right? Multiple VNets that I have already created, and search AVD. Azure Virtual Desktop, this one, right? So Azure Virtual Desktop is look like this. Give us the option to create host pool, and under the host pool, please provide basic information, right? You need to provide the basic information to the number of services that you have. After giving the all information, you can establish your own pool and then configure your services. I hope everyone okay with the points that we discussed. Stay tuned with Teach Me Cloud. I'll definitely try to give you more videos related to Azure Virtual Desktop. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.